I think we can all agree that when it comes to the Star Wars sequels from Disney, it probably has the most rational fan base and critiques out there, right? Well, let's talk about all the chit-chat that's going on in regards to Star Wars Episode 7, 8, and 9, specifically from Daisy Ridley, aka Rey herself, and well, how they had no idea what they were doing. Yeah, she kind of confirms that. So I think whether you like Star Wars Episode 7, 8, or 9, or parts of each one, or whatever, your take on it is, I think all of us, even people that like many elements of the sequels, like me, and people that outright just hate everything about them, say there's nothing redeeming, I think we can all agree on the fact that right from the start, it seemed like they sort of had a rough idea of what they wanted to do, with J.J. Abrams presenting them with the mystery box that will all be solved down the road. Don't you worry, it's all gonna click together. And, well, mystery is mystery, and they didn't really know what the mystery was gonna be in the long run. So recently, Daisy did confirm that the whole parentage thing, how she's a nobody and how she ended up being a Palpatine, well, that was all in a state of flux because they were actually considering and toying with the idea of making her a Kenobi. So, let's just be real, right? As somebody that generally liked the sequel trilogy, I have my problems with it, but I generally like it. I don't outright just hate it. I can see many of the problems that obviously were there, right? And one of them is the whole notion of, well, what's the big mystery at the end and who really is she? And then making her a Kenobi, that wouldn't have fixed anything in the long run, right? Like, if the Rise of Skywalker happens, and at the end we're like, oh, she's a Kenobi, the end result is more or less still the same thing, right? It's the same structure, so fundamentally, that wouldn't have really changed a lot, and I think Disney was just looking at it going, whatever, make her a Palpatine, get this over with, we got this other Star Wars thing we're doing, we already sort of backed ourselves up into so many corners, and we're trying to backpedal, and, the whole backlash from fans, and realistically, I think this all stems back to The Force Awakens. We know from concept art that they wanted to introduce the whole concept of Palpatine being the guy pulling strings on everything right then and there at the end of that movie, but Abrams was like, no, mystery box it. And mystery box led to changes because Rian Johnson took over, and one thing led to another, and we got what we did. Hopefully the next Star Wars trilogy, they're going to pre-plan it, right, and have an end goal, so they're not sort of flip-flopping between ideas at the end, because, boy, let's not repeat this again.